Have you ever watched them? The cat and the dog. They live in our homes. They share our lives now. Yet, a strange tension exists. A sudden hiss, a warning growl, sometimes a frantic chase ensues. Why can they not find peace? This question is old, very old. Many stories try to explain. In the land of Korea, a land of mountains and mists, an ancient tale is whispered. It travels on the cool breeze, passed down through generations, from grandparents to grandchildren. It speaks of a time long past, when animals could understand humans, and humans could understand them. A time of simple truths. This story is not complex. It is a simple folk tale, but it holds a deep meaning. It tells of loyalty and haste. It speaks of misunderstanding and how friendships can break. It tries to answer the puzzle of the cat and dog, their never-ending curious feud. Let us journey to that time. We will listen to this story. We will see the characters. An old couple, kind and poor. A loyal dog, strong and true. A clever cat, quick and sly. And a treasure, small but precious. Their lives became intertwined. Their fates changed by a single event. This event echoes even today, in every bark, in every meow. Far away, in old Korea, nestled beside a green mountain, lay a small, peaceful village. Houses with curved tile roofs. These were called hanuks, simple homes made of wood, and walls of earth and paper. Life moved slowly there, like the gentle stream nearby. People worked hard every day. In this village lived a couple, an old man and an old woman. Their faces showed many years. Their backs were a little bent. They had very little money. Their clothes were patched and worn, but their hearts were full of kindness. They shared what little they had, with neighbors and with strangers. Their smiles were gentle, like sunshine. Their home was small and humble. Just a few rooms, bare and clean. Sliding doors made of paper. These doors glowed with soft light, when the sun shone through them, or when a candle flickered inside. They had a small vegetable patch. The old man tended it carefully. The old woman spun thread. Their days were quiet, predictable. They owned almost nothing valuable. No gold, no fine silks. Their meals were often simple, rice, kimchi, and wild greens. But they found joy in small things. The song of a bird, the warmth of the ondol floor, the company of each other, and the presence of two animals, who shared their humble roof. Life for the old couple was hard. Winters were cold and long. Summers could be harsh and dry. Sometimes their rice pot was empty. They prayed for help, for less hardship, for a little ease in their lives. They never asked for much, just enough to get by. Their wishes were simple, humble. One day, something surprising happened. The old man was gathering wood, deep in the mountain forest. He helped a trapped deer. It was a special deer, it seemed. The next morning, on their doorstep, lay a small shining object. It was a bead, no bigger than a thumb. It glowed with a soft, warm light, a light they had never seen. This was no ordinary bead. It was a very precious gift, a reward for their kindness. The bead was truly special. When they held it, they felt warm, even on the coldest winter day. It brought cool breezes in summer. It kept their small home comfortable. Their illnesses seemed to fade away. It was a true wonder. Most importantly, the bead helped. It ensured their rice pot was never completely empty again. Their small garden flourished. Vegetables grew plump and healthy. The old couple cherished the bead. They kept it in a small silk pouch, hidden carefully in their room. It was their greatest treasure, their only hope for a better life. The special bead brought comfort. It brought a little bit of joy to the old couple's simple lives. They felt less worried now. They could sleep more peacefully, knowing they would have food, knowing they would be warm. Their gratitude was immense. They were so grateful daily for this unexpected blessing. But happiness can be fragile, like a thin sheet of ice. Shadows can lurk anywhere, even under the floorboards of a poor and humble home. Living beneath their house was a very cunning rat. It had sharp eyes and sharp teeth. It noticed the change, the subtle scent of something good. The rat was envious and greedy. It watched the old couple. It saw where they kept the bead. It waited for its chance. One dark and moonless night, when the village was asleep, the rat crept out silently. It gnawed a tiny hole into the silk pouch and snatched the special bead. The old couple awoke the next morning. The warmth in the room was gone. A strange chill filled the air. The old woman reached for the pouch. Her heart pounded with fear. It felt light, too light. She opened it. It was empty. The special bead was gone. Their hope vanished like smoke. Their world turned dark and grey. Tears streamed down their faces. Section 5. 2. Furry souls, the dog and the cat. Living with the old couple were two animals, not pets, more like companions, sharing space. One was a dog, sturdy and brown. It had loyal, trusting eyes. It guarded the small yard well, barking at any strangers. It loved the old couple dearly. It followed them everywhere, a faithful, devoted friend. The other was a cat, sleek and black, with eyes like green jewels. It was clever and independent. It moved with silent grace, hunting mice in the rafters, keeping the granary safe. The cat was more aloof. It watched the world carefully, observing everything from a distance. Its affections were subtle, quiet. At this time, long ago, the dog and cat were not enemies. They did not fight constantly. They tolerated each other, sharing the warmth of the kitchen or a sunny spot in the yard. They both saw the old couple's joy when the special bead arrived, and they saw the deep despair when the precious bead was lost. The house felt cold and empty. The old couple wept quietly. Their sorrow filled every corner. The dog whined softly. It licked the old woman's hand. Its tail drooped low. The cat sat on the roof, watching with its knowing eyes. It felt the sadness too. A shared grief settled upon them. Section 6. A silent vow. The quest takes shape. The loyal dog could not bear it, to see its beloved humans suffer. Their tears were like sharp stones, pressing against its own heart. The dog knew it had to act. It had to do something to bring back their happiness, to restore the light to their eyes. This was its solemn duty as their devoted protector. It went to find the cat. The cat was grooming itself on a warm patch of sunlight. The dog nudged it gently. "We must help them," it woofed. Its voice was low and urgent. "The old ones are so sad." The cat paused its grooming. It looked at the earnest dog. The cat, usually so independent, felt a stir of empathy. It too missed the bead's warmth. It too disliked the heavy sadness. The rat, the cat, meowed softly. Its green eyes narrowed slightly. "I saw it near their room. I know its thieving ways." The cat understood the challenge. It would require cunning. And so, a silent pact was made between the dog and the cat. They would retrieve the treasure. They would bring back the special bead for the sake of the old couple. Under the pale light of dawn, before the village stirred, they slipped out of the yard, leaving their familiar home behind. A long, uncertain journey began. Section 7. Through thorns and torrents, the perilous road. The journey was not easy. The dog and cat were brave, but the world outside was vast and full of unknown dangers. They traveled for many days over dusty roads and fields. The dog's strong legs carried it far. The cat's light paws tread softly. They asked for directions sometimes. From other animals they met. They came to steep rocky mountains. The peaks touched the clouds. The paths were narrow and treacherous. The dog used its strength to pull itself up steep inclines. It helped the cat at times. The cat used its amazing agility to find safe footholds, to leap across wide chasms. They encouraged each other onward. Then they faced a wide river. Its waters rushed and swirled. The current looked very strong. It was too wide for the cat. The cat could not leap that far, and cats do not like water. The dog was a good swimmer, but the river seemed too wild. They searched along the bank for a safer way to cross. Finally, they found an old bridge. It was made of rotting wood. It swayed in the wind. It looked very dangerous, but it was their only option. Carefully, step by step. The dog went first, testing it. The cat followed, light and nimble. They crossed the roaring water. Their goal was now much closer. The rat's hiding place was near. Section 8. Victory snatched. The bead is reclaimed. After crossing the perilous river, the dog and cat felt tired, but their resolve was strong. They followed the cat's keen senses. The scent of the rat and the faint smell of the bead led them to a dark forest, and then to a gloomy cave. This was where the rat hid, its new, stolen kingdom. Inside the cave was damp. It smelled of earth and fear. The rat was there, gloating. It held the special bead, tossing it in the air, admiring its stolen glow. The rat felt safe and powerful. It did not expect visitors, especially not a dog and a cat, working together as a team. The cat whispered a plan. To the eager listening dog, "You must create a distraction. Bark loudly, scare the rat. When it is confused, I will act." The dog understood perfectly. It took a deep breath and let out a series of loud barks. The rat jumped in fright, dropping the precious special bead in that very instant of chaos. The clever cat darted forward, as quick as a shadow. Its paws were silent and swift. It snatched the glowing bead, holding it gently in its mouth. Success! They had done it. The bead was theirs once more. The dog wagged its tail fiercely. They had to hurry back home. Section 9. The Murky Waters of Misfortune, with the special bead secured. The dog and cat felt triumphant. They turned and fled the cave, leaving the stunned rat behind. The journey back seemed quicker. Hope gave them new energy. The cat carried the precious bead. They soon reached the wide river, the one with the rickety bridge. The bridge was now washed away. Only swirling, muddy water remained. The dog looked at the cat. "I can swim across," it barked. The dog was a strong swimmer. The cat hesitated for a moment, but the river looked dangerous. "Perhaps you are right," it meowed, as they tried to cross. A large fish suddenly jumped. The special bead slipped out. It sank into the murky water. Lost. Gone. The dog howled in pure dismay. "You clumsy cat! You lost it! It's all your fault!" The cat felt a deep burning shame. Section 10. The Unending Chase. A friendship lost to time. They finally made it across. Wet, cold, and miserable. The precious bead was truly gone. Sunk at the bottom of the river, the journey back to the village was heavy with silence and blame. The dog walked with its head low, but it kept glancing at the cat. Its eyes were full of reproach. The cat walked with quiet dignity, but its heart felt betrayed. They returned to the old couple, empty-pawed and defeated. The hope they carried was gone. The dog, eager to explain, told the story of their quest. It emphasized the cat's mistake, how the bead was lost. Because the cat was careless, or easily startled by a fish. The blame was placed squarely. The old couple listened sadly. Their disappointment was clear, but they were kind people. They did not scold harshly. They knew the animals tried, but the damage was now done. The trust between dog and cat was shattered beyond repair. The cat felt deeply wronged, unfairly accused by its companion. From that unfortunate day forward, the dog and cat could not agree. The dog would remember the lost bead, and the couple's continued hardship. It would chase the cat, barking with old frustration. The cat would remember the blame, the sting of unfairness. It would arch its back and hiss, defending itself from the dog. And so, this ancient story tells us why they remain wary of each other, a timeless lesson about trust, about the dangers of haste, and how quickly blame can divide even the closest of companions. Their squabble echoes through time.